Today we're working on a 6-gallon Dewalt compressor. This one is struggling to produce pressure. It's getting up to about 60 psi and then stops making any pressure after that. So we're going to tear into this thing and see what the problem is. The model we're working on today is a D55166. So it looks like it's a pretty simple repair. We got 3 8mm here, 3 on the other side. It looks like 4 10mm on the head. We probably have to remove this line. You might be able to get away with just removing this line and this head, but I'm going to take the motor right off. Just makes things a lot easier. So it looks like we found the problem already. I don't know what these are called. I'm going to call them a reed. This little flat piece of stainless metal. I called the manufacturer and they will not sell me any of these. They just want me to buy a new compressor. So I grabbed a feeler gauge set, and I think that should work good for building a replacement part. So I just use my micrometer, measure the piece that was in there, the thickness, and then find the matching size here, pull it out. So in this case I have a 0.015 or 0.38 mil, and I'm just going to cut one out of that feeler gauge, and I think that should work good. I was hoping I could get 2 out of here, but I don't think I can. Nope. As far as cutting it, I don't have a water jet table or no fancy stuff like that, so I'm going to have to do it by hand. I think I'm just going to use a die grinder and cut it close and make sure to leave a little extra, and then I'll file it nice and smooth and down to the right size, and see how that works. So I spent some time with some hand tools, and now I got 2. So the original one, it's a little sloppy in there, but that's how it's meant to be. It's the one we made. Has a little less slop, but I think it's going to work good. Let's get this thing together. I don't know what to torque these to. Can't find nothing on the internet. I'm going to try like 20-30 pounds to start. Throw the filter back on. Just make sure you got some oil in there still. Yep, that sounds good. Put it in, turn it on, and see what happens. Close the drain if you got it open. I try and leave them open all the time. Let the water drain out. Now that we got it partially full, I'm just gonna check for some leaks first. So far it looks good. I'm gonna let it pressure up the rest of the way, or see if it will. Well, it's working great. Went right up to like 140. I think it would have shut off at 150, but looks like it's working really good. So you need a part for your Dewalt compressor. Looks like shim will do the job. Well, that worked out well. Pressured right up. Before it would stop at 60, and it would just keep running, and the motor was getting hotter and hotter, and that's just because there was basically no check valve to keep that pressure in there. And once the tank got enough in it, the motor couldn't overcome, because some of that air was just trying to go right back out the inlet of the motor. So now with that new shim in there, we're actually building pressure to where we need to, and it's holding steady. I sprayed again all my connections just to make sure there's no leaks. So now we'll throw this back on the shelf and call her good. Another successful repair.